Great. Onegaishimasu. Okay, let's just loosen up a little bit. Working in the vertical line. We drop down. Release the knees. Great, sinking the feet down into rotation. Right back into the center, go into a wave. Keep bringing the arms up and then letting them just drop down the center line. Relax the body from the top. Slowly all the way down, just let the arms dangle. Relax the spine. Relax the head. Take the arms off the ground and then just gently swinging the spine side to side. The pendulum. So let the weight of the head keep the movement down, heavy. Make it a little bit smaller. Just let the head drop towards the center. Drop the arms back down. Slowly bending from the knees. Keep the spine curved and coming back up to the top. Great. Okay, perfect. And then reaching up with the hands right up to the top. Bending from the knees. Keep the arms outstretched. Down, keeping the spine long, and then just at the end curving, placing the hands down, draw it back up, keeping the spine curled, release it at the top, reaching the hands up, a little bit of a back bend, and then extending out. Great, one more time, curling up to the top. A little bit of bend to the back. Bending out, just come down. Perfect. Great, then stretching up the sides, reaching up first. Rocking over. Slowly back to the side. On each side. This side. Okay, swivel the hips. You can do the weight. Right. Come a little bit wider, dropping down into squats into the middle. A little bit of a bounce in the hip. So get a little bit wider with the feet, and then just going side to side. Taking the one foot forward, bringing the foot up, and then stay with pressing the back heel down, shifting the weight of the body forward. Great, release it, change the leg. Right, kicking back to center, bringing the feet together, rolling circles. Going the other way. And then bend and straighten. Okay, take this to the ground. So bringing one leg out, crossing the foot over the leg, taking the toes, rolling in circles. One way and the other. Great, and then just holding the foot, take the toes, just gently flex them, extend them. Great, and then taking the thumb just on the insole, and the sole of the foot, pressing in a little bit. Great, and then just taking the foot, shake it out. Great, lay it down, change the side, the toes. Going the other way. Holding the foot, working the toes a little bit. Taking the thumbs, working into the sole. Great, the ankles, shake it out. Great, lay it down, just working the feet front and back. Good, then out to the sides, a bit looser. Great, nice and soft from here, reaching up to the top and just bring the body towards the feet. If you can't reach the toes, go for the ankle. Main thing here, keep the chest long as you do it. So don't think so much about kind of curling the spine. Keep the back long. If you can only get to the ankle, just use that position. Great. Great. Shift into a butterfly, bring the feet together. First, you just loosen it out. You can kind of rock into it, or you can bring them both down at the same time. And again, just focusing a little bit, dropping the weight into the elbows and the legs, keeping the back long, neck long. Just think of gently bringing the hips down to a fold, as if you're drawing the chest to the ground, but try not to collapse the chest as you do it. More about opening the hips out. Okay, then just stretch out one in front, tuck that leg in, and then just reach in for the same side foot, the body down. Great, then take that same arm, just press it inside the leg here, and then use the opposite arm, stretch it up, and reach it over with the foot. That's it, good. Slowly release it, and then just fold over the knee that's bent. So take the body over, keeping that leg extended down. Fold the body towards the bended leg. Great. Release it. And then you're going to take this leg that's in front, backwards behind you. And if you can get it back to that position, good. If you can get it straight, good. Just go as far as you kind of get comfortably with it. And just tuck this leg a little bit closer to the thigh. Yeah, and then again, if you can get that leg back a little bit further, come up into this position. Opening the front hip down. If you can get there comfortably, think about, again, lengthening through the spine, gently dropping the body towards the ground. And if you can work into the elbows, drop the body down. Opening the back hip and the front at the same time. Great, coming back up. Slowly let that foot come back. Lengthen the other leg. And then again, tucking that leg up. First one, just reaching for the toes, drop the body towards the extended leg. Great, slowly releasing it, bringing that arm down inside the leg, using the opposite hand, reaching over. Release it. Again, go now towards the bended leg, keeping that leg straight as much as you can. Great, release it, and then slowly take that front leg behind. Work this leg a little bit closer to the thigh, and then as much as you can get that leg out to the back. If you can get it straight out to the back. Bring the hands in front, and then just slowly walk them out. Walk into the forearms, drop into the hip. And slowly releasing it, sitting back onto the other leg, and then drop the leg back forwards. To the front. And then again, just bring the legs out to the front. Just bring them down into the mat, nice and loose. Loosen out the back of the legs. The last one, just bring the body forward a little bit if you've got space behind. I'm going to bring the legs up, over, keep the hands in the ground, and just work them as far as you can over, as comfortable. If you can get this into the mat, very good. If not, just hold that position at the top. Great, and then whatever position you're at now, slowly start to bring the spine down to the mat, like you're doing vertebra by vertebra. Slow control movement. Slowly down. So. And just bring the feet down. Yep. Okay. Slowly coming back up. Into a seated position. We're going to the leg work. So bending the knee underneath. Use the hands in the ground. Keep the contact. It's easy. Coming to the back. And then just change it slightly, keep that movement. The key with this is the length through the spine. So as you come up, keep that length in the spine, bring the hands down, and just think about raising up onto that front hip. So you're just going to create a little bit of space between the floor and that hip, and then bring it down. Change, bring the hands forward, keep the length, but rock the body into that hip. Just bring into the foot, bring the hands into the ground, bring the hip up. Keep this slow, come into position. Down. Position. The spine nice as long as you draw it up. Yeah. Good. Good. Perfect. Good. And then just take this nice and slow into a standing position. So come here, this position. Use the hands as much as you need to. You bring that back foot, toes up, and then most of the way it's going to kind of shift here. Shift into the front leg. Just stand up, bring the legs together, and then drop the opposite leg back. Come down, flatten the foot. Get to this position, bring the toes up, shift the weight into that leg, and just stand up, bring the feet together. Nice and slow. Down, shift the weight, use the hands as much as you need. Find the foot, and shift it. Okay, good. So we'll just do 2 drills for a slightly different pattern. So the first one is this: you just come down into a squat position. Use the hands as much as you need to kind of take weight, and you're just going to play with taking the one knee to the inside. So you're going to drop it down to the ground and just get the knee down, bring it up, and then get the knee down, bring it up. First, start with this, like you can use both hands on the ground. You've got 4 points of contact, and then you're just bringing the knee down. The key here is get that inside hip flexing down. Bring the knee down. Bring the knee down. Once you get kind of used to it, you're kind of comfortable in the hip, you can start to drop the weight out of the hands. So you've just got kind of fingertip. And you can just kind of work in this kind of area. So most of the movement just coming from the hip. Keeping one leg stable, the other flexible. Stable, flexible, stable, flexible. Touching down. Give it a try. So. That's it. Good. Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, perfect. Great. Very nice. Okay. We go to the second one. Now you go with the hands down again. You're going to take, rather than the knee, you're going to take the foot out and bring the hip down. And then the first, you just play with getting into this position so the whole leg goes onto the floor, the hips fully down, and then bring yourself up, get yourself back into that squat position. So you can really take your time with this one. Bring the leg down, sit into this position, and then draw the leg back up, going down. So shoot the foot out, bring it back, shoot the leg out, bring it back. One side, the other. Yeah, exactly. Good. Good. So, okay. Bloody hell. In English.
Okay, you're going to try these together now. So these drills are quite hard actually. So the 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 after is quite easy. So the drill is kind of designed to be hard in a way. But so get the fingers down. I'm just going to play with these two now. So you do the knee down and then the foot down. Knee, foot, knee, foot. Just do this in 4 and then give yourself a break. So you do like 1, 2, 3, 4. Break. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Good.
1,
Foot. Right, exactly. Yeah.
3,
Exactly. Great.
1, 2.
What's this up? Okay, great. And then what you can do is play with this from a standing position. I'll show you the whole thing. So you go down, use the first little leg out once. So you go down, here, bring the leg out, bring the hip down to the ground, find this roll. Then you come out the opposite side. So you come up, and then you've got that position with the knee. Before you were doing the kind of down with the knee, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to bring that knee up to this position and then stand up. So you go down, choose one leg out, bring the hip down, roll that, find the hands, bring that leg up, come back into the squat, stand up. So really take your time with this. Down, choose the leg, hip, back, here, foot.
All right.
Find the squat, find the standing position. Down, foot, hip,
Way.
roll, find the hands, shift the hip up.
Hip.
No.
Michael, the leg that's shooting out,
Yeah.
and then to find the rod, I use the.
Yeah, you go into the roll now. That leg that goes down, so this way. Use that.
Right.
That hip stays down, and then change it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then you come back up that way. This way. Right. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. That's it. And then if you want to make this a little bit harder, if it's not hard enough, you can play with just one hand in the ground. So you basically come down like this, come up like that. You basically got 1, 2, 1, 2. And you can take to no hands, but we'll keep it with that.
Okay.
You can use both hands, you can use just one. That's it.
Down.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, we're going to do one more, just a couple more minutes of 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒃. This is just about folding the body. So this one's really about the back of the body. So softening down and getting the back of the body in contact. Softening down. Coming up. This one's a little bit more about the front. So you start with the feet like this. A little bit like you're going to a front roll. You're going to take the opposite hand down and you're just going to think about touching into the ground. So you're going to let that hand also slide, walk it forward. Play with bringing the body down into the mat. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. And just work on the down for now. So you want going down and also bringing it coming up, kind of reverse it out, but just play with now the down. You want to think about softening down into it. So use opposite hand, opposite foot. Here. Slide the body down. It's a little bit more about softening the front of the body now. So down, soften through it. Right, so in a way the down's easy because you're basically going with the gravity, you're dropping down. So playing now with the idea of kind of reversing it up. So you want to go down, find the ground, drop down into it, and then play with it from here. Kind of reversing it. So the idea of this is again softening the front of the body and controlling the hips. So think about the hips in the base, coming down, and then you want to get the hips back into the base. Come back out. Just play with it both sides. Coming down, softening in, and trying to reverse it. And choose as much contact as you need with the hands, knees. That's okay. Okay, last one, just coming back up to the top. Just shake out the body. Shake out the arms and legs. Let's take this into a little bit of a figure of 8 movement. Let's do this with the arms. Try and feel the arms heavy. Feel the hips guiding the hands through the movement. Feel the center of the body really drop into the feet every time, especially as you kind of reach out, feel the center drop down. So perfect. Once you got that feel, really try and balance the body out in the back as well. So really conscious of the arm moving to the back and basically feeling that whole area of the body right through the back arm. So perfect. Okay, great. We will go to the jump. So we'll go straight into this kind of turning. So using one arm, and just really make a strong connection again with the center, with the hip. Focus on the same side and hip connection. So let the hip really control the arm. The center axis in this case is really much forward. So, and just gradually from here, just start to let the arm extend out. So you can play within basically this range, extending fully. Again, the key is get the hip basically working with the arm. Let that connection then start to really breathe. Hip to hand. So. Great, just play with it on both sides, and then once you've got that, just play with also switching it. So you can do just one, switch in that hand. Just play this idea that again the hands basically controlled by the hip. Sometimes you sort of just kind of reverse the movement out. Back. Step. Step. And then just start to take it into the figure of 8. So again, let the hip basically unlock that movement. Oh, now this motion is coming from the hip. Like transfer into the shoulder, to the tip of the jaw. Especially now this twisting movement, keep the feeling in the center of the body, like it's hitting the feet again. So right in the center of the base. All the time, dropping the center down. Or letting it just hang down. Okay, perfect. And then just blow the horizontal loop into the top of the head. So changing right at the top, changing at the side. And again, let the hip, you see, control the tip of the jaw. So let the arm kind of, let the hip drag the arm into the movement. Raise it up and then drop it out to the side. So you keep all the time that sense of the hip coordinating the arm. Great, and then just take it to the back. So bring the jaw to the back of the side. And then again, rolling it under. And again, let the hip. And get the hip now really again, controlling the movement. This one's quite easy anyway to do it. If you can lock the hip with this, and basically like the arms pass behind. Da, 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 da. This puts a lot of stress on the shoulders, so you're really looking in this case to really open the back and let the whole torso rotate with the jaw as you do it. Wait, don't hit yourself in the leg. But let the torso open with the hip. That's it. You want the shoulders be as relaxed as possible. So you do it. Weight dropping down. And then with this one, keep that same motion going, but unlock the feet now. So you're going to start to go into this kind of position. Walk the feet out. Walk the feet out. So now I've got the foot adjusting down and then the body rotating with it. Releasing the jump. Releasing the jump. So let the whole movement now become a little bit more flexible. And making this a little bit more dynamic now. You want to start with the jaw in the back hand. You're going to now step into this and then let the jaw go behind. So you step in, let the jaw go behind, and then step back. So you want to start with one leg forward and the jaw basically in the back hand. You're going to step in, let the jaw go behind the back, and then step out. Step in, step out. Step in, step out. Step in, step out. Step in, step out. Nice dynamic movement. Here we go. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. We'll just go into a little bit of ski work. So we're going to look at the 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 series, but we'll just go into just a little bit of thrusting. So just find the left side, just thrusting in, rolling back. Let's do a nice balance. Heavy movement. Find the ground. Back. perfect. So we'll take this into number 11, 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 first, just going into the kamae, so you've got your left side. You're going to slightly drift over to the right side and draw the jo together. Draw the hands together on the end of the jo, and then come back with it. So just play with this idea. The key thing is getting the whole body, basically drawing the jo back, and then bringing that hand in. And you want to finish again, nice extended position. And just hold it just for a little while, just to feel where it's kind of anchoring into the body, and then bring it back. So you want to ski kamae, nice and relaxed, and then the whole body draws the jo back. Yeah, anchor the body down. So. Yeah, and just watch it, just really play with this position as well. You can do this, but it's best just to kind of imagine it, you don't have to suffer so much. So when you do this, just watch, try and find the position where you can basically hold it just with that one arm. And you want to feel that the extension's full, but the key is to feel that this whole area is basically full. So from this hip all the way up to that shoulder, feel that it's kind of anchoring in, and then just play with it gently, rolling with the hip. So I should feel that the hip and the foot can just start to connect into it. And you want that same feeling, obviously more tricky, you've got lots more weight on the arm, but that same feeling you've got with the figure of eight movements, that same organization, just play with it here. If you kind of struggle with the position, play with two things. The arm might be a bit more extended, and it's basically pulling away from the structure. This will also be very difficult to kind of drop the arm. So there's no kind of extension now with the jo, and it'll be very difficult to kind of infect the movement. So just try and find the right amount of extension, a bit of tension connecting to the hip, and then just play with slightly kicking the movement out of the hip. So, tricky position. The jo's pretty heavy in this position. That's it. That's it. Great. Okay, go to the whole movement now. Really think about, as you've got that anchor in this part of the body, what you're going to do is as you shift over, really shift your way into this leg. So this leg becomes really the anchor for the movement now. So you've got the arm in this position. Anchor the body down here, and then think about this now, swaying through it. This way. But really focus on that anchor down. The main problem with this is that I get lifted out and up and forward. So think about really first meeting the movement down, which means you're going to shift in an anchor into this leg, and then you go through, release it up to the top. That's nice and slow. Now think about the front leg, what is the back leg originally? Think about that leg as it finishes, coming in with the strike. So you want the weight shift here, weight shift into this leg. Now as you think about or you imagine the target about here, you want the foot to basically land, so that transfer is going to happen. The transfer of the weight is going to happen here. So that foot's basically already in the ground, and then from this position is anchored in that hip. So again, what you don't want to happen is that the body gets pulled out, and then I'm basically miss the ground with that second movement. So think about now where the strike would hit. Bam, you want the foot down in the ground, that kind of position. And then from here, that hip takes over the role of the kind of anchor of the movement. One, anchor the left hip, fall into the right. Asa. Ooh, ouch.
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 No damage.
No damage. Yeah, just watch it. This is a kind of timing thing. So lasers becomes important if you do this at speed or you do it with power. But just watch this. Watch that you don't basically wait for the Joe to pass and then ground the feet with it. So don't ground at the end of that movement. You want to be grounding at the strike. So the body should be kind of grounded here, and then this is just kind of mobilized with the arm. So really think about the point when you make the strike. You want the weight really grounding down, and then that left hip going to just hold in to basically stabilize the position. You want the weight to already be down. Down. Let's play with it. That's it. Yeah. Good. We'll take it to 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 your right, sorry, your left, this way. Shift back a little bit, give yourself a little bit of space with the jaw at the end of it, so you're not using the whole weapon to do it. Give yourself a little bit of space, draw it to the back of the head, get extended with the front arm, and then just swing in through gently. So just the first you get the movement in, nice and slow, no power. Draw into the back, lifting in. See quite coordinating handwork, footwork. Slowly. So just play with the same idea. You need a side that's kind of grounding or anchoring the movement and a side that's kind of flexible. So in this case, you've got the same kind of structure, same organization. That front leg is going to ground that initial movement. So what you don't want to do is basically press out with that leg and then go into that kind of position. If I lose the knee, I lose the structure in the ground, and I push the knee forward of the foot, basically like that, then that movement really creates a fall into the next move. So just think these first few now, think about that. And then as you go through, ground the body into that leg. And then that whole side of the body can become flexible. That, and then really drop into it. But don't think so much about kind of stepping in. think about shifting the weight through that leg. So you need an anchor position because if not, that whole weight's going to just drag the body out. So try and weight the movement down in the left side. Left side. Yeah. That's how. Good. And then you think about where the strike would land, which it would land about here in the movement. So you're striking here. And at the same time, you want that foot to be grounded. So I want by the time I've made the strike, even a little bit before, I want to be in the ground. And that strike's got weight behind it. And then from here again, the back leg's going to just adjust, draw in. Did you find that second follow through movement? So think about now again, anchoring then the left. And then as a strike comes in, bam, bring that foot down. Drop into the ground. You should feel nice and calm. You want it calm and heavy. Wow. There. Drop into it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, watch it. This can tend to happen. Also, if you do this slow, just watch this. You don't want this to happen. So as you go in, there, and then sink back with the hip. So also you've got this movement as it swings around. It's going to start to pull the body out. So again, as you go in, really anchor this foot down. As you strike, that kind of feel it. So you want the hip to open out to the back, but you don't want the body to be pulled back with the jump. So play with dropping the weight in, but drop in the center into the ground here, not getting pulled back with it. So again, take this slow, bring it into one movement, feel the body basically hit into the ground. This. Try and avoid kind of shifting the body back with it. So you just want the whole weight to enter into the ground. Enter and settle. Yeah. Quick, lastly, we'll just do a kata with it. So you start now in 𝒂𝒂𝒿. You go 1 with a thrust, roll back into number 11. Finish this at the top. Then from here, bring the feet together, roll go down, back into 𝒂𝒂𝒿. And then you're going to find the 12, roll back, right through, and just finish at that point. Yeah, just a nice short one. You got 𝒂𝒂𝒿 into 11. Dropping back down into 𝒂𝒂𝒿, into 12. So nice, calm, clear release.
Mm.
And then the last few, if you want, take the power out of it, of the strike, go really slow, but try and make it fluid. So it looks something a little bit more contained. You've got now 1, back, 2, back, 3, through. You want to keep it nice and calm. Basically drop the power. Keep the connection nice and dense. We've got the center now. Connecting to the ground and to the hands. Now really control the jump by anchoring it into the center of the body. Good. Okay, great. We will stop there. Okay. Great. どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much.